really do enjoy that animation. I think to improve everything, one of the things I want to do whenever I'm able to find the time amongst my never having time for anything is I want to actually make a 3D model of the Cyber Penguin, of Nickel. And that is weird. So I guess you've been ringing the bell, and YouTube, like YouTube's so weird. I just got done with dealing with this whole other like weird YouTube thing. Like, so YouTube back when it started. Story time, real quick. YouTube back when it started. All the research I've done. Whenever it started, all it was you made a video, you uploaded it to the service, and people were able to watch it, and people were able to like it, and as long as people watched your video and liked your video and commented on your video, then your channel grew, and like you could put out whatever you wanted, and if people didn't watch that video, they'll watch that one or whatever. It was like the Wild West of just uploading videos and seeing what happened. It was also much less competitive because there were so many fewer channels. But as it started getting more popular, and as the channels, like as more and more channels started popping up, the competition between channels started getting kind of weird. And some channels would start doing these questionable things to get more views, to get more, clicks, because that's all YouTube cared about at the time. All they cared about was who clicked it and whether or not they clicked, like, dislike, or comments. But people found out that even if everyone who clicks on the video clicked the dislike button, if you just got a large enough volume of people clicking on it, you still got a lot of internet points. So that was where clickbait came from, where you would have, they would put up a thumbnail of like a almost naked girl and some scandalous title, and you click on it and it's just nothing, or stupid, or completely unrelated, or whatever. So to crack down on that, YouTube started paying attention to what they call watch time. So how long somebody watches the video. So it's actually now worse for a video if you just click on it, watch 5-10 seconds, and then leave. That actually hurts the video more than if you had never clicked on it. And then another thing that started happening was people would pay these individuals or whatever that would run a lot of bots, like little, AI accounts, and you would buy subscribers, you would buy likes, you would buy comments. So YouTube put in all these little fail-safes, basically just slapping little tiny band-aids on every problem that popped up. So here we are, like 15, 20 years later. I forget exactly when YouTube started. It's been a while, though. And instead of ever reworking the way their algorithms, their search, whatever, their search criteria and all that, instead of reworking how any of that works, they just kept slapping bandage after bandage after bandage on every single thing. And that's why, if you have a big successful channel, you're pretty much exempt from everything. If you have a big enough channel where you have, 1 million subscribers or whatever, it doesn't matter. You always show up in the search results, regardless of whether it's a good video or not. You always, get recommended to people, whether you know what you're talking about or not, whether you have anything worth saying or not. It doesn't matter, because you have so large of a volume of just people that even if only 1% of your 1 million subscribers watches 5 minutes of your video, that's still going to outweigh every smaller channel where, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 100 people watch a full 30-minute, 2-hour, whatever video. So, the entire system is very much skewed against small channels. But there are a lot of things that a small channel can do to start growing into a bigger channel. And unfortunately for me, I don't care about really growing into a bigger channel. I just want people to watch my devlogs and for my devlogs to get out there. I guess it's not really unfortunate because, like, running a proper channel, trying to grow into one of these big, you know, influencer, million subscriber channels or whatever, it takes a lot of work and time. There's a reason why most of the bigger channels have hired, like, editors to edit their videos better, and they've hired artists to do a custom thumbnail for every single video and all this other stuff. Like, I don't have the time, and I don't have the interest. I don't care about internet points. I just want to make my game and make sure that people who want to play it and are going to enjoy it find it. That's all I care about. So yeah, that's my spiel there. And I've also decided that I really like the YouTube video making thing of, like, hey, I've got 2 hour right now. I've got a 2 hour block right now, so I can go ahead and knock out, you know, tomorrow's video. Or, hey, I've got a day I can take off and just record Rogue Tech all day long and have an entire week's worth of videos done. I don't really like this whole I have to be at my computer with the game launched, ready to click the, you know, go live button at 6 p.m. or at 11 a.m. on Sunday. So I think what I'm going to start doing is, instead of scheduling every Sunday and Wednesday, because it hasn't actually increased the number of people who watch live, all it has actually done is just made me more inconvenienced. I'm still going to do live streams. I'm just going to do it less of a this time every day, or, you know, these days every week. And it's going to be more of a, I feel like doing it right now, so I'm going to hop on, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to just do whatever. Because, especially those of you who are listening to this rant right now as a VOD, the majority of the people who interact with the content are interacting with it through VODs. So I'm gonna try that for a couple weeks, see how I feel about that. Because obviously I could just go back to not live streaming and just making videos. Because I mostly started doing the live streaming as an experiment. The first experiment was doing the Brigandine Legend of Runetercia live stream the week that it launched on Steam. And that was very successful because whenever you're searching for a specific game, especially like people do on the launch week of a game on Steam or on whatever, they look specifically for videos on that game to decide whether or not to buy it. If you're the literal only person live streaming at the time they go to search, your live stream is like the first thing that pops up in the search result. There's no other way for a small channel to be the first search result that pops up other than live streaming at the moment that somebody is searching for that exact game. So that was that experiment, and it worked. I actually got, you know, a lot of views, a lot of people watching, right? It was very interesting. It was very tiresome. I'm never gonna do like a 4-day marathon where I play an entire game all the way through ever again. That was too much. But it gave me a lot of data on the live streaming feature in regards to a new title that people are actively searching that day, that week, whatever. And then XCOM and Gladiator Guild Manager were two further tests. Gladiator Guild Manager had just come out this year into Steam, or maybe it was the end of last. It was within the last 12 months, and I streamed it, so it was a very new game. And my throat's a little because my coffee's brewing right now, so I'm gonna have to go make a cup before I actually start talking too much more about the actual game. Don't want to be like going frog voice in the middle of a combat encounter. But yeah, so the Gladiator Guild Manager streams were to see if a newer game, even if it was a small indie game, but just a newer game that people might actively be searching, like they might stumble across it on Steam and go, hey, what's this? Because they haven't heard of it or whatever, and search and stumble across my random streams. That's part of the reason I was streaming at random times. I was seeing what times my subscribers would drop by most frequently, and B, I was seeing how many of both subscribers and people who were new to the channel would drop by. And unfortunately, the analytics when you're streaming are nowhere near as comprehensive as on live videos. Even the VOD doesn't actually show you too much analytics from the stream. It mostly just tells you, it's raining in game and here. Hope the zombies stay in the game. That's funny. Yeah, no, I don't think we have to worry about zombies in reality. At least not that I know of. So and I'm sorry for those of you who are here and don't care about any of this. I'm almost done. Don't worry. And those of you on the VOD have probably already skipped it, so you probably didn't even hear me say this. So the Gladiator Guild Manager stream showed me that no matter when I streamed, the people who wanted to be there for the live stream would stop by if they saw it, and if they didn't see it, or it was a bad time for them or whatever, they wouldn't, but they would watch the VOD and they'd still be able to enjoy it that way. So it's like a regular YouTube video with a little bit of extension, because if I happen to be live and somebody happens to be in the chat, then we can have a one-to-one. But few enough people come by, and even fewer chat. So for a channel my size, it doesn't really make sense to stream. But I'm going to keep streaming till I finish XCOM 2, because I started it as a stream. And so it wouldn't really make sense to finish it as videos, because you have to go to different sections of the channel to see the past live streams versus the videos. So I'm going to finish XCOM 2, win or lose. I'm going to get to the end of this playthrough. And then that's probably going to be the end of my streaming. Other than, hey, I feel like, I don't know, popping on and doing some work on my game or some art, or playing a little casual, little one-off, like the Chambers of Devious Delight, or I keep wanting to say Delight, Chambers of Devious Design that I just popped the video out, the A-Modest Analysis video out for today. Or, yeah, it was today. Like that's a great game for if I just want to like have some beer and chill. So like, I could see myself being like, I'm just trying to relax. Pop a beer, load the game up, launch a stream, and be like, yeah, whoever wants to come and chill and vibe, like, here we are. So that's probably the future of streaming on this channel, in part because I feel like, even though it is quicker turnaround of I spend 2 hours playing and then there's a 2-hour video for people to watch, I feel like it puts more pressure on me, especially with time management and prioritization of things. Because, for example, tomorrow's Rogue Tech video is recorded and edited, but I didn't have time to render it before I started this stream. I would have much preferred to have finished rendering it, got it uploaded to make sure nothing goes wrong, then started to stream. But I had already scheduled stream at 6 p.m., so there we have it. And that's why I'm probably only going to do this mission. I know last time I said, oh yeah, next time I'm going to do this mission, then I'm going to go and I'm going to do I'm going to probably just do this mission, go back to the base, rename 2 soldiers, Chaos and Entropy, and anyone else who wants to claim a character can. And I'm also going to do like a little bit of research or whatever and stuff, but probably after like not much doing research and stuff, I'm probably going to go like attack the facility and then just choose my squad and end the stream there. So probably, depending on how long this takes, an hour, maybe. It's going to be a pretty quick stream unless this battle just goes insanely long, which I hope it doesn't because I have things to do. So, all that said, rant complete. YouTube is weird. I hate it, and I'm so grateful that all of my subscribers are, for the most part, really awesome people. Because I dropped the video Monday, I believe. Yeah, it was Monday. I dropped that video Monday, and I was seriously expecting, like, minimum 100 people to just, like, immediately be like, no, unsub, F this guy kind of thing. But like, I'm never like, I try to never be a disrespectful person, and I always try to like, you know, consider everyone's, you know, feelings and everyone's thoughts on things, and so I wasn't like, you know, being belligerent or anything. Like, I tried my hardest, despite I was feeling very emotional about it, because like the analytics were telling me 26 of my 1120 subscribers in an entire month had watched the previous devlog, and I wasn't aware that YouTube would actually stop showing it to my subscribers at any point. I knew that they would stop showing it to other people, but I didn't realize, because so YouTube has a metric that they call impressions, and there's some disagreement about how impressions work exactly, but the one thing that's, you know, fairly not necessarily confirmed, YouTube never wants to confirm anything. YouTube never wants to confirm any data. Anytime somebody has a theory, YouTube at best gives like a non-committal response. So it literally is mostly guesswork to figure out what works, what doesn't, what, you know, how everything, you know, how to not completely mess yourself up. And, you know, if you try to reach out to YouTube and ask, they're basically like, do what your subscribers like. Yeah. Like I said, the only reason I started doing the two reasons I started doing the live streams is, one, because I was curious, and I have been experimenting since I started the YouTube channel with all manner of things. Also, I have no idea where I'm going. Over here. Yeah, but I've experimented with all manner of things since I started the channel. Since I started doing research before I started the channel, just to try. I'm one of those people that if I see a toaster for the first time, I want to figure out how it works. You know, like I want to. If I have to take it apart to figure out how it works, even if I don't successfully put it back together, at least I figured out how it works. Okay. So like, I've done a lot of videos that were legitimately just experiments, or just something I wanted to do and decided, hey, I can learn something. For example, the chess.com finding my ELO videos, which I'm still going to keep doing because I really do have a blast. The main reason I started actually recording them and putting them on YouTube was so my niece could see them. And it occurred to me whenever I made that decision to put them on YouTube so my niece could see them, I was like, wait a second. I can use this as a great data set. Because chess is a pretty much universal game. Everyone knows of chess. They might not know how to play it. They might not be good at it. They might not care about it. But everyone has heard of chess. Everyone knows what chess is. So I was like, this is a great thing to test one of my theories on. And my theory was that basically, if your usual views and your usual watch time and stuff is low enough and your channel is small enough, it really doesn't matter what your thumbnail looks like at all. As long as it's not just terrible. Like, if it looks good, but it's just boring, that's why it's just a chessboard with my sticky note holder and my tape dispenser on either side. Just because I realized one was a black cat and one was a white cat. And I was like, that's hilarious. Anyway, so I just did that. I took that picture real quick, and then I just put a number, right? Fighting by ELO, a number. And then the only change the entire time I've been watching it, the only time I've been changing anything on the thumbnail has always just been that number going up or going down or whatever. That's it. Just the number. I'm kind of tempted to just take these guys down. They are not exactly threatening. Anyway, so all I changed in the thumbnail, still to this day, all I've changed in the thumbnail ever was just the number. But the first major experiment was just to see what I can do within the constraints of not changing the thumbnail. Making one reasonable thumbnail and just incrementing a number every episode. So that was the first thing I was testing. The next thing I was testing was just finding my ELO with a number. And that number being the only thing in the title that changed every single week. And I did that, or not every single episode. And I did that. And I was also testing with daily uploads, basically. I was trying to make sure I did daily uploads of same thumbnail with just a number incrementing, same title with just a thumbnail incrementing. And every single one of the videos did about the exact same, right? So then, the next step of the experiment, also same description. Word for word, same description the whole time. So then the next phase of the experiment was to start adding words to the title that were unique to each episode after the number, right? To see how much impact that had. And it actually about doubled the number of people that YouTube was showing it to. And so then I was able to analyze what had changed for that to happen and watch closely about the first 3 to 4 hours after I uploaded it. And then in the morning, I'd check what the 12-hour mark looked like. And that gave me a lot of insight. And then what really just like blew me away with the chess videos is I had one that had flatlined. It had completely died, right? Just like I showed what they do, they flatline. You just don't get anyone ever getting them. Like, it'll show 1, maybe 2 impressions like every several days, sometimes every week. And it gets really, really, really condensed. Well, all of a sudden, one of my videos went from the regular 30-ish, 40 views to 1,300. So I immediately looked at the video, because it literally went to like 1,300 over the course of like one day. So I look at the video, and one of the things that YouTube is kind enough to tell us is where the viewers came from. Whether it's from subscription feeds, whether it's from search results, or whether it's from off of YouTube. Or suggestions is the other big thing on YouTube. It's suggested videos, So suggested videos are the most successful, but the hardest to get. So there's 3 types of impression. There's one impression, which is the least valuable, which is the search result impression. And that just means when somebody searched, you were on their screen. And it shows like 20, I think. On PC anyway, YouTube shows like 20 search results whenever you search for anything. So if you're one of those 20 results, even if they don't scroll that down far enough to see your particular video, that still counts. And if that's an impression that YouTube has given you and nobody clicked it, and that's the only one you get for that day or for that week, and nobody clicked it because it was not even far enough down that they scrolled down far enough to see it, then you just don't get another impression for that day or for that week, or however bad that YouTube has decided your video is by default. You just don't get any more. Until one of those people clicks that video, watches the entire video, and then you can maybe start getting more impressions each day. But here's the thing. That video, that chess video that had like the regular 30-ish, 40 views, flatlined. And then all of a sudden, it was like day 3 or day 4, it just blew up. And I don't mean blew up like went viral, millions of views or anything. I just mean blew up compared to every single other chess video that I had done. Because I looked, Twitter, 100% of the views in that 24-hour period came from Twitter. I don't know who. It didn't say what Twitter account shared it at all. I just know that one impression I probably got for that day was somebody who went, I like this video, and put it on Twitter, and it was the one that was titled, Guess I'm a 1K Player, ? And apparently that resonated with people enough for them to be curious and click it, and so I got like, actually I should look back and see if it's still at the same like 1,300-ish, or if it's still going up. Last I checked was like the day after, it was still going up a little bit. It hadn't flatlined again. It was the important thing. So I've found, basically, through this experimentation that I've been doing since, I'm sure you remember if you've been around for a while, I've done a lot of little, like, one-shots. I've done a lot of little mini-series. Like, I've done a lot of science. And that's what it's been. I haven't cared about my channel actually getting bigger at all. All I've cared about was science. And I have always appreciated all the subscribers because, like, you'll notice I never ask for a subscription. It just, I don't know. It bugs me. Like, if I'm doing a good job, I feel like I shouldn't need to ask. I feel like if people want to subscribe and like what I do, then they will. So I've never like asked for subscriptions. I've asked for shout outs from a couple people at the very beginning just to see how much that impacted things, and oh boy, that impacted things a lot. I will always be grateful to Baradul because he gave me a shout out, and all of a sudden I had like 40 something or 50 something subscribers, and that allowed me to bypass the hardest part of starting a channel on YouTube, which is basically proving to YouTube that you can get subscribers. I comply. Because the impressions, I've talked to several other creators that are everything from the largest channel that I've been working with and sharing data with and discussing with is around 8,000 views, or not 8,000 subscribers, not views, 8,000 subscribers. And as low as there's actually a couple that I talk to on a regular basis that have like single digit or double digit. And the same tips help everyone, but it's not an equal amount of helping. I think I'm actually just gonna... Oh no, she's a pistolero. She needs to get in there. But yeah, the same tips help everyone, but it's not the same amount. The more subscribers you already have, the more the same things work. And the less subscribers you have, the less that the same things work. So it's just... yeah. It's complicated. I know this entire time I've just been ranting about YouTube, but like, it's such a pain. Like, when I first was researching and I was like, oh, okay, so as long as I can get a decent chunk of subscribers, I'll be fine. Because the research that I was doing, you know, Ninja from Twitch fame that then moved on to that other organization, then, you know, realized he messed up because nobody cared about watching stuff on that, you know, blah, 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 blah. He has a master course for streaming that is a joke. He has no idea how he succeeded at all. Not a clue. And I don't mean that, like, I have nothing against the guy. I'm not a fan of the guys that are like, you know, shrieking howler monkeys playing games. But, like, I have nothing personal against it. I just don't prefer that kind of content and that kind of, you know, interactions. So, yeah, long story short, his masterclass is basically him bumbling around guessing what he did right, which honestly could very well easily just be was in the right place at the right time, doing the right thing, and was entertaining enough for the specific people that were looking at it at the time. That's unfortunate, so I'm going to have to use my better grenade. Yep. But yeah, so like, the channels that are super, super successful, most of them don't know how they got successful. They just know what they need to keep doing to stay successful. And a lot of them have gotten successful well before a lot of the changes that YouTube actually made to the algorithm, to the search system, to the subscription system, to the suggestion system. Like, it's very convoluted. It's very frustrating. And basically finding out that unless you guys were willing to literally like donate your time to me on a monthly basis, I would have to just stop doing all this fun stuff and experiments and learning and everything and just do nothing but game dev all the time. That was a very, very, like, it was sorrow from that. It was, you know, feeling hurt because the number of subscribers who watched the last devlog over the course of an entire month was literally 26. And again, I didn't know that it wasn't even showing it to my subscribers that had the bell rung. That blew my mind. Like, who made that decision? Who made that a thing? Like, I have a Twitter. I think I've Twittered once. And it's not like I have a disdain for Twitter. I know a lot of people do, but I don't. It's just, I don't have time to constantly, like, look at a list of things. Like, I have enough trouble keeping up with my Discord communities, and those are like people I interact with all the time for specific reasons. Like, I have a Discord community for writers that I joined. Did I kill them all? Wait, are they all dead? I thought there was one left. Huh. Anyway, so yeah, there's like a Discord community I joined that's just writers. It's just a bunch of writers, and I write a little bit as a hobby. So, you know, I enjoy having a place to safely share my amateurish writing without having to, like, be, you know how, like, if you put it on YouTube or something and you've got stories, then people actually, like, basically judge you. Not really, but, like, if you have the first part of a story and it's like 100 views, and then you have a second part of a story and it's like 2 views, you feel bad. Or if you see the watch time is like 30 seconds. Because, like, it shows you the average watch time. It shows you the, you know, a chart of, like, how long each view in aggregate watches. And yeah, it's pretty disappointing when you do, because I did the little story experiment thing. Once again, an experiment that I did. What a surprise. Back when I had the Warden Wolves playthrough, and I did the little narrative thing that I did for a little while. Yeah, that was just out of curiosity. If I have a still image and just words, how successful could it be? No video, just words. And yeah, that doesn't do well. I know animations do well, but animations take a lot of time. And I'm not trying to be, you know, a YouTube storyteller animator full-time or whatever. Oh no. Well, that complicates things. That complicates things a lot. Okay, so she can summon, like, berserkers and stuff, is immune to melee damage, and we have, like, I think 2 rangers and a scion dude. Shadow Step, so no Overwatch will work on her. We've already used one of our grenades. We don't have our Reapers with her, or with us, and it's easy to target from high ground, but there's not a whole lot of high ground around. So, good times. This just got a lot harder. Hey, sectoids, yay. Cool. Uh-oh.
That one hurts a little.
Uh-oh.
Their wounds will quicken the Mars to death.
Okay.
Our target, minimal damage.
Yeah, that's a lot of armor. Okay. Oh, well. Things are bad, but it's okay. Who is his partner? You know what? This makes more sense. Yes, use teamwork. That way I can get into cover and hopefully shoot the turret. Wait, what? There we go. I cannot get into cover and then shoot the turret. Amazing. Okay. So then what I need to do is I need to move him forward, but he dodges Overwatch shots, right? Okay.
Before you find yourself outmatched.
Ah. I see. No, actually, I need to save that for her. So yeah, I guess just... This is bad. This is so bad. Oh, this is horrible. Okay, so... Plan. Our plan is... You know what? 58. That's not enough. We're not going to use lightning hands. We're actually going to Overwatch, I think. Yeah, we just need to get in here. We don't have a cover. It's bad, but it's fine. R slash does quite well with just reading text on... What's R slash? Sorry, I got distracted by all the things happening in the game. What's R slash? I'm not familiar with that word, concept, or whatever it is. Okay. You know what? At least she's got 16 health. Wait, we don't we don't even, hold on, we don't have the ability, no, we don't. We have no hacker, no we do, we'd have two. Okay, never mind. This is who I need. Turret, 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 where can I see the turret? Where can I see the turret from? There. Okay, who's his partner? Wait, did Preacher already go? No. And Preacher doesn't need to move. Wonderful, beautiful, let's go. Alright, Gizmo. Boom. Right. I forgot about the Overwatch. I know he's standing in the open, and it's incredibly foolish and probably going to get him killed. But, alternatively, it might let me steal the turret, which might help a lot. Okay. He doesn't have that ability. Wow. That's unfortunate. Okay. He has that ability, but he is not bonded with anyone. Awesome. Okay. We do have Inspire. Yes, let's do that. Okay. Okay. So we have Inspired. But yeah, what I actually, so I have this bad habit of taking on way too many projects and always, you know, having trouble completing any or all of them, or at least delaying the ones and having to reconsider. It's 42. Let's go. RNG is this. Oh no. Okay, it's stronger now. That's bad. Anyway, you know, maybe we just don't and just leave, because this is not off to a great start at all. I should have gotten closer first, actually. I don't think she's moved yet. She had not. Yeah, I absolutely should have gotten closer first. Alright, so but yeah, well, at some point, eventually, probably after I finish my first game. Oh, great. They mind-controlled my Grenadier? Oh boy. That doesn't mean he acts now against me, right? Like, I do still get a turn, right? To stop it? Anyway, so YouTube channel who reads Reddit posts? Yeah, no, I'm talking about creative works, not people saying things that other people think are funny or whatever. I honestly don't know why people like the AITA posts. Like, I understand being in the AITA Reddit to, like, actually help people understand when they're the bad guy, because sometimes you just gotta tell people that they're the villain. Okay, I have a flashbang. I have a solution. Beautiful. Okay. He's probably gonna die for this, but it's totally worth it. I can actually hit the other guys too. A little bit. Cool. No longer mind controlled. Beautiful. That means I can go here. Which hopefully means I can go like this and do that. Hopefully. Maybe. That would be very helpful. Beautiful. So now I just need... It only shredded one armor.
I grow weary of holding your soldier captive.
Oh dear.
So much I can learn from that.
Anyway, like, I can understand wanting to be the person helping people, you know, figure out if they, you know, are in the wrong, or, you know, no, you're fine, that's totally reasonable sort of stuff. 6 to 8 versus 9 to 11 versus nothing versus kill. But honestly, the chance to kill I think is worth more than anything else. Okay. Down to 2. That's fine. So,
Sure thing.
we are going to... Does he have a stock? He does not have a stock. Okay. Yeah, I think we're going to actually aid protocol on the ranger that just ran in like that. Cool. But yeah, the people who watch like YouTube videos of AITA and don't actually participate, I mean like interact with the other person at all, that's just, I don't know, weird to me. 6 to 7. Okay, so if I lightning hands, unfortunate. All right. Oop. Does he have a stock? He doesn't have a stock, does he? Yes, he does. It's all I need. That works too. That works too. All right. I mean, honestly, if we're able to kill everything else, then yeah, just shoot the Chosen. Absolutely, just shoot the Chosen.
I will not be deterred.
And I don't really need to stand behind cover because the Chosen largely runs up and stabs people. I mean, this is going to give me more focus. So is this, and it has more health left, so I'm going to do that. Alright. But yeah, I specifically, I've got a novel that I've been working on since high school. I got to like almost 400 pages, and then I decided, you know what? No, I don't like I was rewriting it, like re-editing, editing. I was like, finally, I was like, you know what? No, the structure is off. The tone is wrong. I just need to rewrite the same story from scratch with 20 more years of experience under my belt. And the prologue is perfect. I love it. I absolutely adore it. But yeah, it's gonna take me probably many years to actually get terribly far into the story again, because writing is a thing I do when I just need to like chill at the end of the day and I'm not feeling like, playing a game or whatever. I'm just not in the mood to deal with whatever. It's very relaxing, kind of quasi-therapeutic or whatever. Ha! Parried.
I will not be deterred. A tactical retreat.
Okay, at least I know where she went.
The fate
That's
of
cool.
this world rests on the shoulders of your band of misfits. But in the end,
But yeah, that's... I live my life in a system of priorities, and the game development has always been and will always be the highest priority. Then after that is spreading joy and happiness throughout the world as much as I can. And then beyond that is just general fun, silly things like the YouTube channel and the Rogue Tech and whatever. Yeah, let's do that. Bang! Cool. Oh, actually, the Purifier back there had armor. I didn't realize. I just did that because I didn't see anyone with armor. And yes, again, I am aware that this guy is probably going to die if I don't heal him. Actually, why don't I heal him? That's probably a good call. The medkits are going to go to waste anyway if he dies, so... might as well do the thing.
Good copy. Moving on to
Alright, I want to drop... I don't have another grenade. That's awesome. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Mimic Beacon time then. I have no other good option. So, why don't you all shoot at this instead? Alright.
Whatever you say.
But yeah. I don't know what I'm going to do with it exactly. I don't know whether I'm going to make, like... So, I'm not going to animate. I know that much. It takes way too long to animate anything. whether it be 2D, 3D, or otherwise. It's a very large time investment, and I'm not going to be doing this to try to be like a professional whatever. I'm just going to be doing it for fun and just to see what I can do. So, the idea... I mean, that might be a kill, actually. Okay. Anyway, the idea, in total, is just... If I go with this idea, the current thought is... Maybe I do like still frames, like I spend an hour per frame, like just sketching a quick, like not super, like I have an art degree. I can do super professional, super realism, super whatever style I'm freaking going for. It takes time, and the better it needs to look, the longer it takes. So I'm just like, you know what? No. I'm just gonna do like sketchy, quick little whatever I can make look good in an hour. And I mean that's a guaranteed kill, but I can also just shoot him at 66 with a stock. That gets him down to 1, or just hit him. Yeah. So I figure like a sketchy little, like if I spend like 1 hour per frame, have like. And I'm not talking like 24 frame per second animation. I'm talking about like 1 frame per major thing that happens. Like if the police just a random example of something that happens in some stories. If the police are kicking in a door, there would probably be like 1 frame of them standing in front of the door, getting ready to. 1 frame of them actively kicking through the door, and then 1 frame of the resolution of that action. And then whatever else happened after they kicked in the door would probably just be told instead of... I mean, might as well. Can't really shoot at anyone with any high chance to hit, so... Squad recovered... Okay. We're gonna go for a Hail Mary. 20% chance. Actually, that's it. Yeah, he's the last one left. So yeah, we're going to... Actually, this doesn't end his turn. So I can jolt for 4 to 7. Gemini. I'm more of a Taurus, actually, just so you know. If we're doing the horoscope crap, I'm a Taurus. That's why I'm so passionate. Alright. Bum bum bum. Ba-da-dum. 20%. 20% chance to win the game. Wait. Did the jolt actually end his turn? I thought it was a free action. Wait, I didn't read what the bad thing was. All enemies get what? Probably terrible idea. But you know what? It might be good that my Templar didn't run in and... Wait. Why are they full health? Oh, right. They heal every round, don't they? Right. That's bad. Okay. That's bad. Whew, alright. Oh, hey, this is also bad. Yay. It only hit 2? Wait, really?
Get him back up ASAP.
Okay. First things first. We got problems. We got so many problems. Not even funny. Alright. Get him up, which is a free action, I believe. Okay. Then hunker down, put out fire, or deal 3 to 6 damage. Still 3 to 6 damage. Alright. You, on the other hand, only have the one action. So we are going to... 7%, huh? Yeah, let's do demolition on him then. Wait. Where's the cover that got destroyed? That's supposed to destroy his cover. Why does he still have cover? I hate when things don't work as anticipated. Well, yeah, no, I understood why he only had a 7% chance to hit. My concern was that I was supposed to use that ability to destroy the cover, but when I used it, his cover is still fully intact. So I wasted an action. Because I didn't understand that the turret corpse can't just be destroyed. So, now that I know that, that's a very, good thing to know. I can't actually get over here to shoot the Chosen. So, my best bet, 6 to 8 or 3 to 4. Definitely 6 to 8. On... Actually, if I can get a flanking... Wait. Yeah, it's not a flanking shot. But if I can get a flanking shot... Even if it exposes me to the Chosen more, because the Chosen is most likely... 53. Oh, she's not the one with the AP. Oops. I thought she was the one with the armor-piercing stuff. Alright, cool. Alright, so this is close enough range that it shouldn't take an action if I understand correctly. Where's the other enemy that I want to hit? One's up there. The other is... Oh, right next to him. Okay, cool. Yeah? So, Knife Fighter. One action to kill. I really wish we would have started with the Purifier. And they're the same since I only have one action left. So, we'll do that. Unfortunate.
Negative damage.
Very unfortunate. So, we are going to use guaranteed damage. Yep. Should go through the armor as well, I believe. Hey, you know what? I understand, Effin, but it's exactly what I told you. I'm gonna try all the things. I'm gonna build a bunch of people differently, for the most part. Like,
Seems doable.
I won't know until I try. I've never really gotten super deep understanding of, oh yeah, I need to heal her because she's on fire. Alright. I don't think anyone else is on fire. And then I need to do that. Yep. Yeah, definitely that.
This world is ours.
Because I can't melee the Chosen. And that boosts his damage by 1. Alright, this is gonna hurt. Yep. Oh, I found the Spectre. Cool. But yeah, I have no problem with you backseat gaming and telling me like, oh yeah, this is definitely the optimal thing to do 100%. I'm just not gonna do it. I appreciate the knowledge that Divo sucks. I kind of, understood the first time you told me that. I just wanted to try it. I don't know if you watched the A Modest Analysis videos that I've done, but like, part of how I play a game is just pushing and seeing how it breaks and how it works and what is bad and what is good. She's no longer on fire, I don't think, but wait. No, nobody's on fire, I don't think. Cool, okay. So yeah, 26%. Oh boy. Sure, I guess take it then. Actually hit.
You are sharing my
Alright, reloads. Either shreds armor or smoke grenade. Yeah.
Now the battle can begin.
Pretty much, yeah. I'm gonna push all the buttons and you can't stop me. Grandpa has it right. That is the right way to play games. Because if you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. Plus, it's boring if somebody plays optimally all the time. I mean, have you ever watched two grandmasters play chess? Nobody wants to see that.
Never commit to strike.
Like, 90% of it is like just positioning and jockeying for like pawn control of a single square that the casual observer is like, what are they doing? Why didn't he take the knight? Like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know what to say other than, ooh, I have a grenade. I have a grenade. This works a lot better than the demolition ability. Haha. That solves that problem.
There's no honor in this.
Actually, no. This one, I have guaranteed damage on the Chosen.
Heading out.
That's a thing I should do, because the sooner I get her way, the sooner everything gets better. Although, now that I realize he was flanking, he probably could have actually taken her down with the shot. 5 to 7. No stock. No stock. Okay. Flanking shot, I hope. Not a flanking shot. Alright, take it anyway.
Missed the target.
Okay.
You made this too easy.
Alright, first things first. I now know that this doesn't actually... Does he explode if he's killed with a Psy Blade?
Strike. Surge's hold.
Maybe not.
There is no shame.
Or maybe I just got lucky because I know there's a chance they don't explode.
Actions.
But I swear every single time, I have killed a purifier with melee. Every time it's been like, oh, I'm gonna explode now. Oh yeah, I should totally get him up too.
Might sting a
Yeah.
Kann mich nicht orientieren.
Alright. Sure.
little. Get some.
And then, sure.
Biete Feuerschutz.
Okay. Spectre moving should be getting shot. Or, you know, shot at. I just forgot the letter, or the two letters after.
I'll get him next time.
Ugh. But yeah, at some point I'll have finished games that I want to make, and books that I want to write, and... Oh, not this. Not this. That's not nice. Making copies of my soldiers. That's not nice at all. Alright, Chosen.
Being flanked!
You cannot escape it.
Uh-oh.
The resurgence of XCOM ends today.
22%. Let's go. Yeah, it's fine.
Feind steht noch.
Alright. Actually, it destroyed his covers, so that's actually pretty good. We're going to try to move right here,
Going.
which flanks the Chosen, and allows us to, hopefully, take her down.
Team know that was good.
Beautiful. And then, as soon as it's done, whatever it's doing, I just remembered I made coffee, and I still haven't gone made a cup.
Never fall in battle. Now it appears you have bested me once again.
Great job, Commander.
Not gonna
There's no
say
trace of that Chosen left.
that I am doing too much and losing track of things,
Still, at least we
but I'm not gonna
will
not say it.
today.
Alright, so Flanking him. Pew pew pew. Alright.
Heading there now.
I don't think... Okay. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay, so since they're blinded, I have to be, like, right on top
I'm going.
to shoot. Is this close enough? It is close enough. Yeah. Take that. Oh, a crit, too. Beautiful. And that should now allow this. Goodbye.
My rage. Positive confirmation. Area secured.
Alright, and now we can go in here with... who? Probably Gizmo. Gizmo has a name that makes him sound like he wants to hack things. Alright. Yeah. No, Overwatch.
Confirmation. Area secured.
Yeah, I heard you the first time. Alright. Alright. And Gizmo. Let's do the hack thing. This is the thing this is the objective, right? I hope it's the objective. Avengers scanning times reduced by 50% for 4 weeks. Yes. 92%? Oh, that's amazing. And we barely got it. That's disappointing. But yeah. There we go. So that should help us on the world map not quite, stress so much about how many things keep popping up all over the place.
Area is secure.
I know I have not talked much about the game that I'm playing at all today, and I haven't really talked to you guys so much as at you, and I apologize for that. I do enjoy discourse more than ranting, but yeah, just the whole YouTube thing has had me really frustrated and really thinking hard about my priorities and time management of what I can afford to spend, how much time I can afford to spend on different aspects of what I'm doing right now. You thought it was gonna be a wipe? You don't understand. When I'm trying hard, everything goes bad. But when I'm paying no attention at all and just doing whatever feels good, I get lucky. I don't know if you've noticed, but what's the worst that can happen is literally the thing I say before launching a mission in Rogue Tech that indicates that after loading it'll be easy. That's awesome though. +6 aim. Nice. I can make somebody more accurate. And also we got a whole bunch of stuff. That's awesome.
Commander.
Dark event countered. Awesome. Rest required. Sure, whatever. Okay, into the armory. First things first. We leveled up Preacher. The two names I needed to find people. One Chaos and one Entropy. This very much looks like a Chaos to me. Any agreement? Chaos, K-A-O-S. This looks like a Chaos, yeah? I think it looks like a Chaos. You guys? Anyone? I'll promote him first and wait for the delay. Yeah, immediate stasis. Drop to one health instead of dying. Always good. Also has 12 AP. Yeah, you also agree? Yeah. So I have a second. This is now going to be Chaos. Oh, this one. Yeah. This is insane. This is so busted. The immediately extinguishes or blocks any mental... if it was next to them, adjacent, that'd be one thing. That, protects them and adjacent. But no, it's three or four squares. It's big. He is not Preacher. No. He is Chaos. And yeah, it looks better with all caps. Alright, Chaos. Or would it have done all caps anyway if I hadn't? That's a good question. Alright, so we have Chaos. And now we're looking for a Entropy. He kind of looks like a nihilist. and no offense, dude. I'm not saying that anyone who goes by the name Entropy is a nihilist. Unless you thought it was hilarious, in which case, good. I don't know. It feels weird making jokes to try to make a joke to somebody, knowing that they're gonna watch it at a later time and can't immediately respond to you. That's one of the reasons why I never like try to directly speak to any particular person during like any of my videos ever, is because it's this weird feeling of like, you know, you're not talking to them in a way that they can respond. So your options are either say something to them in a way that is completely negligible and has no bearing on anything, or say something to them in a sociological way that would expect a response, pause for a moment as if they responded, and then just walk away. It's very awkward. I don't like it. In any case, so we have Patrick Magic Man Walker, A12 Jackhammer, who is also known as Warden, Horse Jack Horsemass, Polar Bear. I love that name. Just all these names, and Polar Bear. That is the guy that I would be worried about. Like, that is probably the most hardcore person in this place. And then Carl Night Owl Vogel. I don't think Game Time is somebody's. I think that was a randomly generated one. And that actually does strike me as Entropy. She's got pistols, she's got, sniper rifle. She's got the look, but I didn't think to ask if gender was one or the, get back to me. Comment on this VOD whether you prefer Magic Man to become Entropy or Game Time to become Entropy. Or if there's another one. Just give me a name. Just give me a name. That way I know for next time. Oh hey, we can bond these two. A Specialist and a Grenadier. That's actually a pretty good combo. Yeah, sure, we'll bond them. Sounds good to me. Yay! Yay!
If it improves morale, then I suppose there is no harm in it.
Alright. Now. Back. There were other people. Yes. 2-tap. With a name like 2-tap, you gotta go pistols. Firing your pistol with your first action no longer ends your turn. Uh-huh. Pistolero. Alright. She's also Pistolero. She's a Pistolero that's Shredder with Quick Draw. Oh, wow. Hold on. A Rupture Shot deals critical damage and ensures that the target takes an additional +3 damage from all attacks in the future. Can that be used with the pistol shot? That is the first shot? Because if you're able to... No, it's probably an activated... It's probably... Yeah, primary weapon. There it is. Okay, so this would actually be completely useless if I'm using pistols, basically. Unless I specifically was in a situation where I had already used lightning hands, they had no armor, and they just had a whole bunch of health. Then this would probably be better than shooting the pistol twice. Which is literally what the trade-off would be, because you have to not have moved to shoot the sniper rifle. So it's either 2 shots with the pistol or 1 shot with Rupture. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Cool. More healing. Okay. Wait. That's really good. Unfortunately, it doesn't synergize well with this. Because they basically do the same thing differently. So, Deadeye, you take a small aim penalty, you boost your damage, uses 1 ammo, done. This, you take a minus 15 aim penalty, and if you hit, you take another shot, which I assume is also at the minus 15 aim penalty. Which takes 2 ammo to trade 15 aim for more damage. Effin, dude, I'm not spending XCOM AP yet. I have to decide which characters I'm going to actually dump them into first. I'm just looking at abilities. Yeah. Rupture does apply to all the teammates that shoot at the target. Absolutely. It's just, it would be a choice between either using Rupture or just shooting them twice with the pistol. So like if I have the AP rounds and they have a whole lot of armor, shooting twice with a pistol would shred 2 armor as well as bypass it completely while hitting them. Whereas the sniper rifle would just get completely soaked by the armor, and then the follow-up shots would do +3 damage, which would be less damage increase. I don't know, I'm like spitballing, gesticulating wildly, just doing it verbally instead of, with my hands, because I don't have a webcam. I probably would be gesticulating wildly while I'm discussing all of these crazy combinations, because I don't think I've ever gotten this far into character progress in XCOM before. Am I reading this right? Hey, Effin, you know what all is good and what all is terrible. Am I correct in understanding this as he now has a chance to just block incoming damage as long as he has a focus point? Opinion, that, like, can you confirm that works that way? Yeah, do you have any idea what the percentage chance is? Or a guesstimation? Is it like 80%? Like pretty much happens more often than not? Is it like a total coin flip? Like sometimes it's super often, sometimes it's not, sometimes it's just back and forth? Or is it like once in every 10 times he gets shot at? Okay, so it does work a lot for you. I just want to make sure I'm not like putting dead points into something that is completely RNG based and I have no tactical control over. This seems very, very situationally useful. Like, if I'm using focus all the time, that's pretty good. Especially since it doesn't say when he kills an enemy, it's just when an enemy dies. So he can move around and like be like a spellcaster, basically.
Machine is running full steam. We're picking up their transmissions even way.
But if I'm using him primarily as a melee tank, that sounds amazing. His pistol doesn't have ammo. Oh, okay. You know what? Yeah, that's worth it. That's so worth it. Literally gets to shoot at every visible enemy, and there is no downside. That is insane. And you know what? I mean, I already just invested some. Why not? Why not? I do like the Templar. This is my first time ever having a Templar. I didn't even know what the third faction was the last times I played XCOM 2. Never knew that their third faction was these guys. This is awesome. This is so cool. They look weird, but you can mod their gun? You can? I didn't think you could. I didn't think you could mod. I thought the downside was... Yeah, weapon upgrade. You can't. Their gun is like the pistols that the snipers have. It's just a secondary weapon. There are no weapon upgrades. Effin? It doesn't use ammo. Right? Am I misremembering? I'm pretty sure I've never seen ammo on... I really hope I'm not misremembering, because if he does have ammo, that's a terrible ability for him. I literally jumped on that with the understanding that it was basically like the pistol where it had... Okay. Yeah, no, like I got a little worried because I just got done dumping like all my XCOM AP into him because of that ability, and then if it was like, no, he can shoot 3 people now, congratulations, he's terrible. That would have felt pretty bad. I might have just reloaded save. Just save scumming because I feel stupid. Nah. Okay, so I named Chaos. I think I found 2 good candidates for Entropy. Magic Man and who was the other one? Was it? No, it wasn't 2 Tap. It was Game Time. All right. So yeah, anyone else that Entropy? I mean, I think Hijack is also not taken. I don't think somebody named them that. I know Quixote was named. Yeah, we're gonna change his name to Antitoxin masculinity. Oh, okay. Well, it'll just be antitoxin. I was gonna make a joke about, you know, alpha, beta, all that stuff, and toxic masculinity. Unfortunately, character limits. Okay, he's now antitoxin. Wait, what class is he actually? He's a specialist too. Oh my god, that's so perfect. That's so perfect. He's antitoxin, the specialist. Anyway, yeah, so these are our people. I'm actually very much happy with the massive roster we have, even though we lost 4 people last episode. Oops. Or was it 5? Yeah, blue screen. I know what blue screen ammo is because I looked it up on the wiki because I was curious about ammo. Specifically, I was curious how it worked, and the fact that you get it randomly is annoying. It's one of the things that... Oh, wait. Actually, hold on. Wasn't there a... No, not facilities. Wasn't there a Proving Grounds? There was a thing for blue screen on its own, right?
I won't let it be for nothing.
Yeah. Wait. No, this...
Some new schematics and a little elbow grease.
This is for grenade, right?
In the sky.
Or is it everything?
We'll get started right away, Commander. I'll send word when the project is complete.
Cause yeah, robots are scary. Oh, actually, Frostbomb is probably more important though, because Frostbomb works on robots too, right? I mean, I totally would if I had them, but what I have right now is armor-piercing ammo and extra aim ammo, and that's it. Okay, so yeah, Frostbomb is absolutely... I would actually say, now that I know that the armor is all upgraded for everyone, Spider Suit's less important than either of those. I do want more mobility specifically on my Rangers, I think. Also possibly the Snipers. but I don't know what the trade-off is, so I'll have to see what a spider suit is / does. I just know from the wiki, it's got a grappling hook. Yeah. I'm looking forward to the Squire Spark. And, yeah, before anyone tries to claim it, Yuln has already been begging for it as soon as he found out they existed, so he gets to choose the first robot. Alright. I think that's all I'm gonna do in here. Research, we are currently 8 days away from whatever Psionics is gonna do. Guerrilla Tactics School, do we have anything? No. We have somebody training. Infirmary. Remove negative trait. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, and then... Is there another thing? Yes. They are already bond training. Okay. Alien Hunters? I'm running mods that do stuff with the DLC. I never got through the DLC. Like, I got to the thing where you find the recording of the doctor or whatever. Like, I got to the DLC of the doctor mission thing with the snakes or whatever. But, like, every time a dude dropped in and started attacking me every time I took an action, I just kept getting wiped because I'm bad at the game. Or at least, maybe I just didn't care enough or was too tired because I was actually in college at the time, I believe? Question mark? Or is that the first one I'm thinking of that I was playing when I was in college? What year is it? No, it was the first XCOM, or not the first, okay. The OG, original, Greg Dev, yeah, the original was amazing way back in the day. And then the first Firaxis, like, remake of XCOM, I played back in college whenever I was getting my degree, which I honestly fell asleep at the keyboard a lot, so. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just figured I was gonna just probably get wiped as soon as I ran into the first one. Question mark, shrug. Yeah, we did really recruit, like, every available, recruit for this month. That's pretty hilarious. What am I doing? Do I need to build anything? Armor? No. Weapons? Did I already build one of these? Do I have to build multiple of these? Because the other ones say upgrade. That one doesn't say upgrade. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. No, not you. What were the snipers that we just dropped on the last one?
You know,
she had the Advent Golden Pistol.
Alive today if it weren't for your father. He was something of a miracle worker.
Oh, hey, Greg, I appreciate the dropping by, but I'm actually about to dip. Like, I made coffee, completely forgot it existed. I've got, like, a bunch of other stuff going on. I'm trying to get my video that I'm supposed to get up by 8 a.m. tomorrow morning out, but I ran out of time to render it before stream, so yeah.
No argument here.
Did I have 2 sharpshooters? I think I did. The other one was Jackal? Wait, was Jackal the one I was just... Jackal was the one I was just looking at. Wow. My brain is not firing on all cylinders right now. Was it game time? Okay. Okay. I could have sworn there was another sharpshooter we brought, but I'm not seeing... Oh. No, she had a mag pistol. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna build one of those just to see what it does.
Hey, Commander.
Build items. One mag talon. Ah, no, it is a... Advanced talon? Interesting. I definitely like them better than the holo targeter. And yeah, I don't care about any of that. Okay, cool. So, you soldiers. Where is... There we go, Ingrid. Hello, Ingrid. So, Ingrid has 11 mobility. This does not just increase mobility by 1. Wow. This gives them quick draw. Wow. Okay. She already has quick draw, so she definitely doesn't need it. Yeah. Yeah, she doesn't need... Also, do I have unlimited of them now? I kind of feel like I have unlimited now that it showed... do I actually have any sharpshooter that is not pistolero? Because I'm pretty sure she is. Yeah, she is. And then... 2-tap is... Yeah. Jackal is... Every single one of my... Okay, so every sharpshooter I made that was a sniper got killed. Good to know. So I did upgrade the... Where is the Ranger? I did upgrade the Vibro Blade. That gives the Knife Fighter ability... knife attacks against nearby enemies use 1 action and do not end the turn. So that they can double shank. Because they do essentially the same damage as the bigger swords. The only difference is the upgraded bigger swords stun. Or have a chance to stun or whatever.
New orders, Commander?
So... Yeah, the Ranger, the Arc Blade, it says that it's capable of stunning foes. But... based on the tier 1 knife versus sword, it's like the same damage, and the knife also has a higher crit chance. So if for pure damage, yeah, because like if it said stuns, not capable of stunning, I would have been like, oh heck yeah, I'm all over that. Crowd control, reliable, yeah, absolutely. But if it's like I'm committing to running in point blank and stabbing this dude, and there's, even if it's a 50-50, there's a coin flip that he just kills me, I'd rather not. I'd rather do something more tactically reasonable and sound. And yeah, the holo targeter I didn't like, in part just because you can't Overwatch with it. I know it's a petty thing, but the fact that you can't Overwatch with them bothers me. And I really like mobility, so I don't think I'm ever going to use a rocket launcher. Even though it's cool, you can like pass rockets between your squad. Yeah. So that is actually a consideration that a lot of game devs fail to think about. The more random your gameplay is, the more it benefits whoever has the largest volume of stat checks or rolls for that thing. So if you're playing a game
Not to mention
where
systems.
it's
There's nothing
a tower defense game, for example,
justification.
and you have the player can have up to 20 towers, and they're going to kill hundreds of thousands of swarms of things. Just giving each of those things a 0.05% chance of, ha ha ha, you lose, or a even 0.005% chance, or even a 0.00, etc., it can still result in horrible experiences because it almost never matters, but when it does, it completely ruins everything. So it's usually better when you're dealing with any kind of random variation and random variables. I like to take the D&D approach, which they kind of figured out by around 3rd edition, is if it's a standard everyday thing, a standard everyday chance thing, the way that a roll in 3rd edition, 3.5 Pathfinder, a lot of things, I think 5th edition does it too. You roll a 20-sided dice. If it's a standard thing your character does on a regular basis, and, for whatever reason, they actually need to make the check, like they're distracted, they're having a conversation with somebody while they do it, or, they're sick, or whatever little thing that makes them actually have to roll for something they normally can just do. It's a 50-50. The difficulty class of the roll is 10 on a 20-sided dice. So even with no skill in your character, it's a 50-50. So even if every penalty is applied is down to 0, it's a 50-50. But the more competent and stronger the individual character is, the less of a 50-50 it is, and the less coin flippy it becomes. But there's always that 5% chance, the nat 1, the guaranteed 5% chance that no, something went wrong, it failed. Also, on the opposite side, no matter how bad your character is at it, there's always that 5% chance that something went really, really well. So, yeah, I've run a whole lot of different, random variations of crit fails, crits just in general. One that I ran for a little while that I thought was actually pretty fun was the standard roll. If you get within your weapon's crit range, you have a potential crit. You roll it again, you have to hit. And the way I would do it is if you rolled a nat 20 on the confirm roll, then you had to roll one more time to hit to just kill. Oh, really? Every Pathfinder game I ever played, there were still crit fails and crit successes. I guess it's just because all of us literally did it all the time without thinking about it. But yeah, so you would have that moment where they've got this enemy that's super dodgy or super armored up or whatever, and they roll within the crit range of their weapon, and they nail the nat 20, and so they manage to, get their knife in there, and I'm like, all right, so if you roll a hit, and the only way they can hit is another nat 20, and then they land that nat 20, I don't care that the boss fight got ruined or whatever. That is an awesome moment that the players will remember, as I do, for the rest of our lives.
That said,
The first roll was not a nat 20, so it wasn't 3 back-to-back-to-back. They were using a scimitar with improved crit, I believe. So it was a wide crit range, because it was very much a low damage, high crit build that they had run. So they rolled an 18 or something, but it was within the crit range. So then they rolled the nat 20, and then I was like, all right, well, you have to hit him. And they didn't know what the AC was. And I was just like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And then he rolls the nat 20, and I was like, you literally would have failed with anything but that. It was hilarious. It was literally probably the most power fantasy moment I've ever witnessed. He felt so awesome in that moment. And so then I just rolled with it and yeah, bad guy dead, boss down. let's deal with it. Let's move on with the story. In any case, I think I have spent enough time ranting. I have no idea what I'm doing at the moment, so I think I'm just gonna back out and save. And this is just where we'll start next time. And that'll also give me a chance to see who Entropy will be. And I can start the episode doing that, so I don't forget. And then we'll get into it, and I swear, like, next time, because I think we have about enough people soon-ish. Because, like, we get these two back, we get 2 of our best back in 4 days from bond training. Then we get our 3rd strongest back from the covert op in 5 days. So I'm probably going to advance 5 days, which will give Night Owl a chance to get some more whatever back. And we're going to have a good team, like a solid team of 9 to go attack that facility. Oh, absolutely. Diablo, man. I mean, I don't know if you saw my videos of the channel, but I kind of really like Diablo. I played the first Diablo a ton. I played the second Diablo until they literally shut down the servers. And that, you know, that coupled with the, hey, we're gonna charge you 3 times if you just want to play the campaign and have no interest in StarCraft 2 multiplayer. That was why I, like, completely disowned Blizzard. But I kind of forgave them a little bit because they brought, you know, the new remake or whatever. The whatever they called it. The Diablo 2 thing. Path of Exile, yeah. My problem, this is so funny. So my problem with Path of Exile is it was too complicated. Like, if I wanted to sit there and work on a spreadsheet, I'd play a strategy game. You don't play Diablo because you want to min-max a character and you want... No. You play Diablo because you want to go and you want to kill stuff en masse, pick up shiny things, compare them to the things you have, and then either ditch them, set them aside for another character, give them to a friend, or use them. Oh yeah, no, don't get me wrong. If I was looking for an action RPG with a complex level or character development system, absolutely, I would have adored Path of Exile. But, as I'm sure you've noticed, I don't really like to have to think fast. I like to think a lot, and I'm capable of acting fast because, I mean, I did well in Elden Ring. I beat I beat every FromSoft game except Sekiro and Dark Souls 2. And the funny thing is, the reason I stopped playing Dark Souls 2 after, like, the very first 30 minutes to hour is because I didn't like how parrying worked. But yeah, like, that's why you never see me playing, like, action games, like shooters or competitive games, or, like, even if there is, like, a multiplayer game, like, whenever I was playing World of Warcraft for a bit, I played a tank because I had one thing I had to look at, and that was the threat meter, and one thing I had to be vaguely aware of, and that was my health. That's it. Yeah, I had buttons to push to make things happen, but the only 2 things that I had to split my attention between was, do I have focus? Am I about to die? That's it. As long as the healer was keeping me topped off and the boss wasn't about to nuke me, I could just stand there and keep focus. If I saw the boss was doing a super move combo thing and I was about to die, I push my oh no button. Or I push my second oh no button. Or I push my third oh no button. And if they've all already been pushed, well, I guess I die. Like, I had macros in World of Warcraft so that I never had to do anything but push a single button to do a complex action. For example, my favorite class was the Paladin. It was after I liked Horde, and then whenever the Blood, what was the expansion called? The Dark Elves got added to the Horde, and I could finally play a Paladin. And so I played the crud out of that character. And one of my macros that I will never forget, I would, at the beginning of joining up in a raid or dungeon group, I would say, hey, give me a second, and I would change my macro. I had 2 buttons for lay on hands. One button was lay on hands self, because if I don't do it right now, I die. The second one was lay on hands healer, because if I don't do it right now, they die. That's it. Like, I had basically the same thing set up. It was just like, is everything going good? And basically I knew the healer was in trouble whenever I saw my health stop going up at all. So... I basically simplified the real-time parts with strategic planning, so that it was more of a binary decision of, you know, which button do I push, or is it time to push this button, yes or no? And then a certain order of buttons I pushed to keep to keep aggro, with a conditional if I'm losing aggro, push this extra button or whatever. Like, that's just how my brain functioned in the complexity of having, like, 30 abilities or whatever craziness. I don't even remember. Like, it's been so long since I played World of Warcraft. I don't even remember, like, the different things. All I remember, the only macro that I will always remember is the... Hey, hold on a minute. Let me fix my macros real quick. Oh, you don't need to do that. Let's get... No. I have a macro to lay on hands you. And then the healer's like, no, guys, let's stop. Let him do his magic. Because anytime a paladin told a healer, hey, I want to macro an ability to full heal you when you're about to die, immediately the healer was like, you and me, man. These other guys, if they die, you and me, we see it through. And I did. I actually made some friends that I would, like, literally the intent was to go 2-man dungeons. Just, we would get as prepared as we could for that specific 5-man, dungeon. And we would just go in 2v5. And I'm proud to say that as of Burning Crusade and Wrath of the Lich King, those two, by the end of those two, I had done every 5-man dungeon as a 2-man. Every single one, including, I don't know if you guys played, but there's one where the start of the dungeon was you're like jumping on horses and jousting, and you can't actually use any of your character abilities. And it's specifically balanced around there being 5 players. But we still did it as a 2-man. Like, that was like hardcore bragging rights at the time, because people literally called BS, and so we would show them the video. Like, we seriously would be like, go look. You don't believe it? You think it can't be done? Go look. It wasn't my video though, it was the healer's video. He did videos for World of Warcraft or whatever. I just played at the time. I didn't care about any of the socializing or videos or any of thatness. But actually, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because like, if I had started my channel as a World of Warcraft channel, when I never play any games, anything like World of Warcraft, and I play World of Warcraft technically wrong, because I'm not playing it reactively, I'm playing it preemptively, and most real-time games are meant to be played somewhat reactively. So if I ever had to actually react to a situation I hadn't planned for, I just died and the raid failed, or the, dungeon was lost, and then I'd feel a little bad and then be like, I'll do better next time. But, I'm glad that I made like a strategy game focused channel, because the only type of game I think I will ever make other than a strategy, management, tactical, whatever kind of game is a Souls-like. But it's not going to be a fast-paced Souls-like. It's going to be closer to Dark Souls 1 than Dark Souls 3. Everything is going to be super telegraphed, and you're going to have to be precise with your timings to a degree. But, like, you're not going to have to, oh, the boss turned their head a quarter of an inch, I need to roll right now. Like, yeah, it's probably going to be a heck of a lot easier than some of the Elden Ring fights, but at the same time, I enjoy the more tactical approach to Elden Ring and Dark Souls games and stuff, where you, like, really analyze a boss and kind of develop a sort of, like, plan of how to deal with it, and then try to execute on that plan. And I don't get frustrated by, like, dying in Elden Ring or Dark Souls or whatever. I get frustrated specifically by knowing what I need to do. By knowing that I have X period of time after this stimuli before this needs to happen, but my reaction speed is just too slow. Or, like, my fingers don't, like, I actually have some joint damage from my past, and so I can't, my hands aren't as nimble as they once were as a child, so it's like, sometimes it's physically difficult for me to execute what I need to do, like the inputs that I need to do for an Elden Ring fight, or for, you know, Dark Souls or whatever. But I'm also incredibly stubborn, as I'm sure any of you who paid attention to the Elden Ring playthrough noticed. Yeah. I literally spent hours and hours on the same boss just because, on principle, I know that I can do it. Based on the damage that I did, in the amount of health I had left, and the amount of heals I had left, it is possible for me to do it, and thus I must prove that I am capable of doing it. Now, if it was statistically impossible, that's completely different. I walk away plenty of times when it's just impossible. Or, at the very least, would be like I would have to do a perfect run where I never get hit. But, like, if I get close enough, that means I can do it. So, yeah. But yeah, the hand agility, like, I've always preferred, like, my favorite games when I was a kid were, I was about to say Exile. It's called the Vernum now. Spiderweb Software. His name is Jeff Vogel. He's been a solo developer since the 90s, I think, or maybe the 80s. I forget exactly when, but he's been a solo developer forever, and he's basically made his entire living off of the same couple of franchises and just remaking them and re-releasing them when there's a new massive leap in technology that allows it to be better looking or play better or have, you know, better AI or whatever. Like, he does little improvements and releases remakes. And that's basically how he's... Yes, Geneforge is one of his, yeah. So, I played so much of Exile back in the day, and I loved every bit of it. The only part I didn't love was that I didn't have the ability to buy a full version. So I was unable to save because the shareware floppy that I had for it, one of the things that you had to like pay to buy the full version to use, one of the features, was the save and load system. So what that meant was, and if you're familiar with some of his games, you understand how sinister that is. He gave access to the entire game. I never reached a point where it was like, oh, you can't go any further until you pay. It was literally like, play the game as much as you want, but you either have to keep your computer running the whole time it's loaded, which was very, very dangerous to do back then, or you're going to have to play a little bit and quit, and then start over, and then quit, and then start over, and then quit. And if I wasn't a child incapable of making money, I would have gotten a full version so fast, but I did beat Blades of Exile, the first and only unlocked mission campaign thing, because the shareware allowed you to play that one full and save. But it didn't let you play any of the others. It didn't let you access the map editor or anything like that. But the original Exile, I never got very far into it. I loved it so much. I loved the story. I loved the setting, and the combat was so fun and tactical. And the character creation, oh, it's a min-maxer's dream. Like, before I learned that munchkinning was actually kind of bad if you weren't the only player, I was a little bit of a munchkinny min-maxer. I got better once I started playing, collaborative storytelling Dungeons and Dragons and, Shadowrun and White Wolf games and stuff. Like, once I started doing the collaborative storytelling stuff, I realized, oh, okay, yeah, unless you're particularly intentionally subverting the I'm the hero stereotype, it's kind of a, it's kind of a dick move to just, like, make your character 20 times stronger than everyone else and then look at them and be like, well, why didn't you? So, yeah. Okay, so that's the... Okay, so Jeff Vogel has a style. Both a writing style as well as a gameplay style that he has always gone with. So every single Jeff Vogel story I've ever read parts of or read large chunks of has always been what I would describe as facetious seriousness. But he would only rarely let you in on the joke unless you realized from the get-go that almost everything in his game was sarcastic. So, if you're expecting it to be a well-written story about heroes and villains, or, a world of disparate people who are forced underground, and, like, if you're reading it like face value, that's the story you're playing, then you're gonna run into so many things in Exile where you're just like, what the actual... what? But if you read it from the perspective of basically just full-blown satire, sarcasm, and in part making fun of games that put way too much effort into their story, it becomes so good. It's very much Jeff Vogel stories, in my opinion. This is maybe not shared among other people who like his games, but in my opinion, the thing that makes me like Jeff Vogel stories is the same thing that makes me like Starship Troopers and Tremors. That's it. Like, that's it. It's not just like objectively silly, but it's like facetiously serious. And that's my take on it, and that's why I love the stories as well. Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you can describe your DM by one word, funny, or facetious, or edgy, then it's probably not a great DM, just saying. But yeah, the gameplay was always his focus, and he never kept that a secret. He always wanted to create a fun power fantasy experience where you feel yourself actively get stronger and noticeably be able to overcome things that just hours or days ago felt insurmountable. So he basically wanted, like, the Dark Souls effect before computers were capable of making a game like Dark Souls run, ever. Like, could you imagine playing, like, old school Doom but instead of just walking around face tanking and strafing and shooting people, or shooting the monsters, you had to precisely land your shots as well as side strafe and dodge roll, and like it would be on that hardware with that resolution and those inputs and delays and slowness of processing speed, it would have been a nightmare. But he managed to kind of create that sort of like story that you feel, the story you feel, not the story you're part of and enjoying when you're playing a Dark Souls game, but the story you feel of like, I remember when I first picked this game up and this skeleton killed me 100 times before I realized I went the wrong way. And then you pick it up again and you walk over and you just parry him and you kill him and you go, ha! And then you walk off the right direction. Like, he always kind of like had that like feeling that he was trying to push. And like he made no secret of it. Like, he gives you lockpicks a lot of the time, very early on, very easily. And as long as you decided to give one of your characters the ability to steal and be a thief and pick locks, or somebody enough strength to kick down certain doors, he lets you just go and start the game stronger. Which was a conscious design decision. He didn't have to put a lock that a level 1 character could pick with a bunch of like mid to high level stuff behind the door. He didn't have to. But A, if you'd played before and knew it was there, and B, if you didn't want to deal with the extreme challenge of being a level 1 character wearing some clothes and getting slapped around by rats, then you could just go pick the lock, power up, and go have a good time. So, yeah. That's why they will always have a fond place in my heart. And yeah, I was actually considering streaming them eventually at some point, in part just so I had an excuse to finally play through and actually beat the whole thing instead of just as much as I was able to get through in like a 14, 16 hour play session. But the streaming thing, not really panning out too much. Like I said, gonna finish XCOM, and then I'm probably just gonna go back to videos on everything. Yeah, okay. So, it's basically, it's one of those, you're not that big of a fan of chocolate, and you're looking at Godiva, and you're going, how? You're paying $20 for 2 strawberries dipped in chocolate? What? It's chocolate. It's strawberries. Let's go get it from Walmart for 15 cents. That's like, I feel like that's a lot of people that see certain niche games that have a like cult following and just go like, but why? And most of the time the people in the cult following can't actually enunciate the thought and the reasons and the understanding of, yes, this is what makes it so appealing to those of us who like vibe with it. As compared to like, because it's so good, man, I don't know how you don't get it. Of course, I'm using real world things that people have, because I've never had a problem like understanding how somebody could love games even if I despise them. Like Fortnite, PUBG. I understand. I understand. All I had to do was play PUBG like 1 round, 2 rounds, and I was like, oh no, I get this. I completely get this. I understand why people play hour after hour after hour of this. I get it. It's not mine. It's not my cup of tea, but I can appreciate it. Just like I'm not a fan of black tea. I like green tea. I like herbal tea. I like floral tea. I like white tea. I like oolong tea. I just don't like black tea. It's the same reason I have to put sugar in my coffee when I don't put sugar in anything else, is because I don't like the bitter. Like, if you oversteep green tea, it can get really bitter, but as long as you just steep it just enough, it's not. But black tea, even if you steep it just enough, it still tastes bitter to me. Oh yeah, no, if you like hard sci-fi, you are not gonna like Chef Vogel games. So, okay. Oh man, I hope I can remember this joke. So, there was a joke that I heard long ago, back, it was probably 15, 16, 17 years ago, maybe more. That's the last time I remember having discussions about Star Trek versus Star Wars. And, you know, there's the hard sci-fi people. And the hard sci-fi people tend to lean towards Star Trek. And the soft sci-fi people, the more science fantasy type people, tend to lean more towards Star Wars. But there are people even further and in between. Exactly, Stargate. I love Stargate, by the way. Amazing show. Amazing movie. SG-1 was just an amazing continuation. I actually used to, my phone, the keys you had to push in to unlock my phone used to actually be the Stargate runes. Or glyphs. I forget what they're called exactly. The gate keys, the little symbols. You had to put in the right code to open my phone. And naturally, it started and ended with the same one. Of course. But yeah, so the joke though, the thing is like, oh geez, what was it? It came back to me, and then you talked about Stargate, and I got distracted. Yep, I forgot it. Total goldfish. Total goldfish. Yeah, I was like, yeah, this joke about hard and soft sci-fi, and then Stargate, and then goldfish. Yeah, I no, like, this is what I mean whenever I make the joke about being a goldfish. I have thought, another thought comes into head, where did old thought go? The old goldfish swims to one side of bowl. I've never seen this side before. Swims back to other side of bowl. I've never seen this side before. Like, that's what that joke means whenever I say I had a goldfish moment, or I am sometimes a goldfish, or occasionally I am a goldfish. It's because, like, I will literally have thoughts just poof. But I'm sure at some point in the future, if you repeatedly talk to me about hard sci-fi and things, Oh, that's actually a question. It's not the joke that I failed to, or that I remembered then forgot. What is your take? So I have my opinion, and I've heard other people's opinions. If you're a fan of hard sci-fi, what is your take on Doctor Who? How does Doctor Who fit on the hard sci-fi to science fantasy spectrum? In your opinion? Or do you not know enough to actually answer? I'm assuming that everyone, like, is vaguely familiar. Oh, you're too biased. But you know of it, right? So, Black Hat says fantasy side. I've heard arguments for both sides. However, my opinion, and I will stand by this and fight to the death for it, is that it depends on which season you watch. Because the first Doctor was actually fairly hard sci-fi. It got softer as it went along. So you can't just say Doctor Who as a whole is hard or soft or... Yes, the newest ones are definitely pushing more the science fantasy side of things. And honestly, science kind of gets tossed out the window when they feel like doing a season of horror or whatever. But it's just like my favorite hard sci-fi thing is whenever somebody's like, I refuse to watch anything but hard sci-fi. It has to be super believable and factual or I can't buy into it. And I'm just like, but you said you like Star Trek. And they're like, yes, because everything makes sense. I was like, you do realize the engines are just a MacGuffin, right? And when the engine MacGuffin doesn't work, then the teleporter MacGuffin is the answer. And when it's not the engine MacGuffin or the teleporter MacGuffin, it's friendship that saves the day. Or, you know, having sex with alien women. Like, that's basically... I should totally just, like, exit out of this. Wait, did I save? I did save, right? 7:37... Yes. Wow, I've been talking for another half hour. You know what? So, I should probably go and finish doing those things that I said I was going to make it a short stream for. But it has been great talking to you guys, and you came at the wrong time. No, you came at the perfect time. Believe me, if I didn't enjoy the conversation, I would not let it be distracting me from work. I am a workaholic by definition. Like, honestly, as far as the hard versus soft goes, I care more about the particular cookie rather than what it's made out of. I don't like Oreos. I like cream. Cream filling and stuff usually tastes pretty good if I'm in the mood for having a sweet that I don't like. I don't eat sweets, so like if I eat like a pastry that has some cream filling, wow, that's but like Oreos, if I'm gonna eat my one sweet thing for the month or 2 month period or whatever, I'm not gonna waste it on an Oreo. In any case, I'm gonna call. So that sound means coffee maker just turned off. I should go turn it back on before the coffee gets cold. Have a good night, y'all.